welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Borussia podcast. And, I gotta say, I think things have been going pretty well lately for Dortmund. We've shown a lot of life that we had been lacking, and I think we owe a lot of that to, one, the remarkable form that Jadon Sancho has been in. We've now won 5 league matches in a row, and I think a lot of that has to do with Jadon Sancho just being in some of the best form he's been in and quite frankly, in as long as I can remember him playing. Like, he's always been good, but the form he's in now is like 18 assists in a season, Jadon Sancho form. Like, he's just playing out of his mind, and it's not just him either. Like, Marco Reus has been like electric these past 5 or 6 matches. He's been just absolutely outstanding. Like, he's been playing much more the captain role than I think he was earlier in the year. Like, he's been great. Like, I don't know. And the team as a whole is really like together. They're playing unified. They're playing with urgency. Like, it's been exciting football, and it's kind of like, I'm glad we're seeing it now, and I'm glad we're still playing like we have something to play for. But it's also kind of like, man, what if we had this 3 or 4 months ago? What could have been? But we'll take it when we'll take what we can, because like I've thoroughly enjoyed watching Dortmund these past few weeks, and I think like we've talked about, a lot of that credit goes to players like Marco Reus and Jadon Sancho stepping up. But I think we also, like, something that I think we haven't really talked about is how solid Hitz has been this season. And for the first time in, I think, all season, he actually was subbed out of the match this weekend against Leipzig, and I think it was because it was more precautionary, because he was shaken up after colliding with Akanji, and he stayed in the match, but then at halftime they brought Berkey out, and like, I've always thought Berkey has been a solid keeper as well, and I know we missed him earlier in the year due to injury, and then Hitz was kind of just playing well enough that we didn't want to take him out. But like I really think both of our goalkeepers, and I don't know when the last time Dortmund fans have been able to say this, but I think both of our keepers are like very, very solid, like very good keepers. And I think we kind of have to give a little credit to Marvin Hitz, because I feel like throughout the season we haven't given him a lot of credit. And it's not like we've been railing on him, but he's quietly been playing very well, I think, for most of this season.
Yeah, he has been right before, like, he has been a very good, solid, like, cup games kind of goalkeeper. But
Yeah.
as you said, he is actually underappreciated, because he has instilled this confidence in the defense, and yeah, it's that job in which the less you notice a person, it means that they're doing a good job, if you know what I mean. So, but we're not seeing like these crazy mistakes. I'm not saying that Roman Burki was doing crazy mistakes, but there were some mistakes here and there between the defense and Burki that made him looking inconsistent in times. And
definitely.
And with hits, like working in between the posts, I think we've seen some refreshments in terms of even between partnership between our central defenders, Chan, Hummels, and after that Akanji and Hummels. So yeah, like we couldn't appreciate it more until he was injured and he was substituted. But still, Burki did the best, and he was very solid as well. So he wasn't challenged a lot, thankfully. But when he was challenged, he except from the goal that he had nothing to do, like that goal, that header in the corner is impossible to save. And the second goal as well.
There's nothing a keeper can do about that. That's just
it's like 100% guarantee that that goal is going to go in. So, but at the same time, from my side, like from what I can see, I think that Hitz not playing the second half is just a precaution.
Yeah.
for the much important cup game, in my opinion. But again, as
Yeah.
we said before, like all these games are important. Like we put ourselves in a situation in which like we have in the season we have 3 games remaining. We have the cup game on Thursday against Leipzig, which is like the most important one, to be honest. And then we'll have Mainz and Bayer Leverkusen to secure a Champions League spot. And so let's roll it a little bit back. So since we lost to Manchester City, we won 5 games in a row. That's actually very good. And,
that's really good.
Yeah, that's actually great. And like the cup game against Kiel was textbook Borussia Dortmund attack, especially against a team who is confident, but at the same time who does not have the amount of stars and the amount of experience and the amount of just willpower that Dortmund had at that moment. Watching that game was actually funny at the beginning because I really sympathized with Kiel's fans, but at the same time, I didn't care a lot because when I saw them enter the Signal Iduna Park, they were just excited. They were just laughing.
Yeah, they were like happy to be there.
Yeah, they were like laughing the same way I will be laughing, for example, if I found myself working for the CIA or something. I would be laughing my ass off.
Like laughing in the same way, like I like golfing in my free time, laughing in the same way that I'd be laughing if I was playing on like if I got invited to play on a PGA Tour event or got to play with like a PGA pro. Like it's like it's an awesome thing for them, but they're also like, this is like we should not be here.
Yeah, that kind of laughing. Like I had a job interview once at one of the biggest companies in Morocco back when it was there, and it was just a referral. So a friend of mine left his job so he can study business, and he referred me as a replacement. And for some reason they considered me. And it's like the biggest company in Morocco. It's like they hire only the best of the best. And I swear to God, every time they call me for an interview, I swear to God, I laugh my ass off. I laugh, and when I get there and I go past security, I laugh, and when I finish the interviews, I laugh, because it's like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why do these people call me to ask me to come to do an interview with them? That's the exact same thing that I saw Kiel players do. And they weren't like offended, they weren't like angry or frustrated, or they had like nothing to lose. They were just there to enjoy football, and they did. They played their best, but they were playing against the best as well. So we just destroyed them. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And for me, it's also a sign of respect to destroy a team like that, because you're not like, if you like play with them with your second team, it's like disrespectful, you know. It's like you're not even worth...
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, we don't think you're good enough
you're not
to beat
even
us.
worth Marco Reus, you're not even worth Jadon Sancho, just play with our second team. I don't think that's...
And that's how you lose to a team like them, too. When you throw, like, your second team out there because you think it should be that easy to win or something. Like, that's a very easy way to lose to a lower quality team, you know?
Yeah. I totally agree with you on that. And that's how Bayern lost against them, actually.
Yeah.
So that's how they kicked out Bayern from the cup. So I would say, give them full respect. Just trash them with goals, and they're gonna be happy about it. They're gonna be like, okay, this team has played their best game against us because they think we are dangerous, and that's what we deserve because we reached the semi-final of a cup, of a competition. So huge thanks to them. They did us a huge favor by knocking out Bayern München. You can't even imagine how that feels. And yeah, we were there, and we are playing Leipzig on Thursday. So Thursday game, actually we played against them last Saturday, in case someone didn't notice, and we trashed them 3-2 at home. So that's actually a very good, like, we have leverage over them. Actually, we have more chance of beating them, and we also have the psychological part of, because also Bayern did us a huge favor by announcing that Nagelsmann is joining, and you can only imagine the emotional and psychological hardship that's gonna play on his players, knowing that he's not gonna be there next season. So that also plays in our favor, in my opinion.
I agree, and actually, to me, it's kind of like I think Borussia Mönchengladbach was having a really, like, they were competing in like the top 5, top 4, top 5 of the Bundesliga for pretty much most of the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And then when Marco Rose was announced as Dortmund's next manager,
yeah,
like it clearly kind of threw their season off.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that's kind of what you would expect, but that's also kind of what you think is probably happening to Leipzig right now. So like Bayern announced that really at a convenient time for themselves, I think, because like, granted, I don't think Leipzig was going to catch Bayern in the standings. Like, I think everyone knew Bayern was going to win.
Yeah.
But it certainly didn't help Leipzig try to catch Bayern in the standings to make that announcement, you know?
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, it was a low blow, to be honest. That was the equivalent of Bayern announcing the signing of Götze ahead of the Champions League final in 2013.
Exactly, yeah.
That's exactly the low blow that you can expect from Bayern München. And they're doing it. It's psychological. It plays on... to be honest, please correct me on this, but I don't know if they were the ones to announce it, or it was Leipzig, or it was Nagelsmann, but that's not a good time to announce that. Why? Like,
yeah, that's just, it's a bad time to announce it.
Like for me, just, okay, for me, I don't understand how these things work. Because I understand that other teams are looking to sign that person and the one who announces, but could you like sign the contract in secret and just with a person from the other team knowing, the signing team and the person who's gonna sign the contract, and just wait till the end of the season, like when all games are, like, when everything is said and done? Because like even Marco Rose being announced to join Dortmund before the season, it has played, as you said, on Gladbach's season as well. So
yeah.
Like you say that they were competing, and it was to our advantage, to be honest. But I don't think it's fair, because I believe that you should allow people like to finish their season before announcing that they're going to change.
The only thing that should be announced in the middle of a season is if like a manager is getting fired. Like, for example, Lucien Favre. You don't, if you know you're going to fire him and you want to fire him, you don't wait till the end of the season to announce that. If you do it in the middle of the season, because you're firing him because he's not doing his job. But at the same time, unless the manager you're hiring is taking over immediately, I think just out of respect for his current position in his current club and for his current players, like both he and the team that he's signing for, or that he's going to be taking over for, should like agree to not release that information.
Definitely, 100%. And I will take advantage of you mentioning the firing of Lucien Favre, and I will just ask this question out there: wasn't that like the best decision ever?
Yeah,
like 100%, man, 100%. I'm still trying to imagine where we will be at this point in the season with Favre on board, and it really doesn't look good at all. In my imagination, it's actually pretty bad. So the firing of Lucien Favre was the absolute best decision we made. So yeah, that's just a point there. I have nothing against him. He's a good manager. He was a manager for Dortmund for 3 seasons, and we definitely had some great seasons with him, especially the 2018-2019 season, when we just gave away the Bundesliga at the end. We just gave it away.
We kind of just like, we had it and we were like, oh, you know what? Bayern looks like they really want this. Here, you can have this, Bayern.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. but we still had for everyone who remembers, it was the first season for Hakimi and also Alcacer as our players. So it was a very exciting season. So many things happened there. So yeah, yeah, Terzic has had a huge influence on the team, on the overall confidence. So and like you could also see it because like I don't know if it was on purpose, but I'm sure it was on purpose. But you could see actually that during Saturday's game against Leipzig, the camera was pointing a lot at Erling Haaland because he was just watching the game from the stands because of injury, and he was very, very excited for goals that were scored. Also excited that Jadon Sancho scored a brace. Talking of Jadon Sancho, you spoke about it at the beginning that he is in an outstanding form right now. It's still not his best season, but he is still like on fire. Like imagine, as you said, 18 goals in all competitions and 14 assists. 14 goals in all competition and 18 assists.
Yeah.
So that's a number, man. Still, it was not like last season's like performance, but still he had a rough time under Favre, to be honest. He was like put aside a lot of times. He wasn't considered for lots of games. But with Terzic, he's back. Royce as well, 6 goals and 8 assists. He was able to redeem the season actually. And yesterday's goal, what about that one? It was,
dude, that was incredible.
That was pure Marco Reus, like loving his dummies, just leaving the ball go to someone else, and the way he cut inside in the penalty box and just with his weaker foot put it on top of the that was magic, man.
That was the cut, and then even the back heel from Hazard, that was just a beautiful play all around.
It all started with Piszczek, which I would say that we are grateful. We are like the luckiest people to have a player his age who is still performing at a high level and who is there to replace the younger ones. And him starting that attack is like out of this world. I'm sad to see him go next season. He's probably gonna come back to Poland. He's gonna play for his I think his local team in one of these cities next to like somewhere around here. But at 35 years old, still going up and down the field. Like it's pretty rare to find like right backs or fullbacks playing at that age, because fullback position is quite, it's like demanding, you know what I mean?
It is.
And I know that with other engagements and stuff like that, we cannot renew the contract, but I would love to see him retire here at Dortmund. But he still wants to play a couple of games for his local team, so kudos to that. He's following on Błaszczykowski's footsteps, so that's great. But still, he managed to get 2 Bundesliga championships, 2 cups, hopefully his third one on Thursday. So he Borussia Dortmund without Piszczek is like it's a huge loss to the team.
Yeah, his experience and his leadership and just his ability to still do his job at the level he does it are very important for Dortmund. Yeah,
that's and also with him, at 35 years old, you get to that point in which you start listening to your body actually, and you know that if you go play for the local team, it's not gonna be as demanding. Just gonna be there as more of an experienced leader, more an end of career type of, trying to become to get to management. Maybe that team promised him a management position, which will allow him to get there. But I would love to see him again doing something for Borussia Dortmund, because he was such a huge part for 11 seasons now, which is not like it's a long time. So so well, let's see him back here, and he's one of the players who are like behind the scenes, as well as playing like game to game. They are making a huge impact on our game. Also, we've seen Matteo Mori, who has like a horrible injury, and it was very scary. It was very painful to watch. But I just saw that he had a very successful surgery. So hopefully he's gonna come back soon. The team was wearing his T-shirt yesterday when training, so that was a very good gesture. And Bellingham was suspended yesterday. And one other thing actually that we talked about, because I want to talk about this, the change in pace and the overall game, like how the game went after Daoud was substituted.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
The way he was like just rolling the midfield, up and down, creating chances, stopping the opposition. And as soon as he was subbed off, things have went out of hand. And just to tell you how his influence on the game, and how he has been he the talent is always there, like the self-confidence is always there, but maybe the management might cause that talent to vanish or to disappear for a little bit. So I don't know if you have any thoughts about that. What do you think?
I mean, I think like I had told you during the game, I didn't like the idea of pulling Dahoud out. Like, I thought, I get Delaney's more of like a defensive midfielder, but I'm always reluctant, especially against a team like Leipzig, to take kind of like a park the bus type of approach.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we were like parking the bus, but like Dahoud provides more just more like opportunity and creativity on the attack than Delaney. And I don't think Dahoud is a poor defender. Like, I think he still can hold his own defensively well enough that that like he wasn't going to cost us a goal.
Yeah. And
so pulling him out, I think, hurt our ability to move the ball up the pitch, and it kind of hurt our attacking options a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that kind of gave Leipzig the opportunity to pull themselves back into the match, just because they had one less like dangerous player they had to worry about defending. And I mean, yeah, I think also too the impact he has, like his teammates see his like commitment and his work rate, and that rubs off well on them. Like, it's a contagious. He's got like a contagious personality in a good way. Like, I don't know. I think Dahoud being on the pitch as much as possible, especially like if we're winning and he's been on the pitch for most of the match, taking him out, in my opinion, isn't necessarily the best move. But I guess, we managed okay in the end. I still think that Dahoud could have stayed in, and I think it would have been a little smoother down the stretch.
Yeah. Definitely, like, we still got away with that, thank God. And we still get to see him play in the final. So that's a very good thing. And I also imagine that Dahoud is going to be a huge component in next season's team. That's 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
There is he's still only 25 years old. So that's what's crazy about it. He's still fucking young, and he gets to play. Like, and the way he plays is like I love seeing him play. It's magical. So we'll still see him. Hopefully, not none of the bigger teams, because I heard some rumors that some other teams, bigger teams, are trying to steal him. Hopefully he stays. We really need him in the midfield, and he has his place next to Bellingham. So Bellingham and him were like, if we have these two in the midfield and maybe Axel behind them, that will be epic next season. And yeah, we're seeing like huge things. Also, Thorgan Hazard with his still, like, he's trying his best. He's trying to create things here and there. So he has been a huge part of the first goal. Also, shout out to Ansgar Knauf. He replaced Gio Reyna, and he was there, man. As soon as he got in, he was up and running, pulling strings, doing his thing, doing his job as it should be done. And well, for Thursday's game, well, what everyone hopes for, and I'm sure of that, is that Erling Haaland is fit and available. Even if we have the edge, I know that we still have like huge attacking prowess, and we have players like Royce, Sancho, who can like attack non-stop. Guerreiro as well, which we didn't mention, who was like unbelievably good yesterday.
Yeah, he and Sancho, they're like soulmates, dude.
Yeah.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, he provided 2 assists for Sancho yesterday. That should tell you something about him. So he's huge. Like, his attacking play is like, to be honest, it's like he's one of the best left backs in the entire world, in my opinion. Like, not even in Europe, like worldwide, one of the best. Hugely underrated. A very disciplined person and very creative. So huge props to him as well. But we still need Haaland in there. I think Haaland is crucial for our success. And yeah, we're waiting for silverware, man. It's like the DFB Cup is a huge, like, it's a major competition. So that counts, actually. It's not like the Super Cup or something similar. So yeah, and we'll get it, and we'll be like earning our place to play against Bayern in the Super Cup at the beginning of next season. Because we were playing there, but we were playing because we were second, which didn't make any sense to me, to be honest. But now, if we get this cup, it's gonna be like we have deserved it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And yeah, like 100%. Hopefully, like, we need that cup, man. Like, it will do huge. It will do us a huge. It will give us a huge burst of confidence at the end of the season that is much needed to start the next one. So hopefully we get there. Hopefully we trash Leipzig again in the Olympia Stadium in Berlin. So yeah, let's see how it goes, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Ryan, for being here. And
yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks. Take care, guys, and enjoy the summer, or more like spring. And talk to you later.